Hey everybody, it's Josh here. If you guys are new, welcome to the channel. Um, this video is going to be a little bit unscripted and a little bit shorter because I actually want to be. I'm actually going to be talking about the new Ayaka banner, as well as Ayaka herself, and some of my opinions and if or should you be pulling for this next upcoming banner. Now, you may be wondering, Josh, if you're going to be talking about the banner, are you going to be talking about leaks? And you know what? We're going to be speculating at best. So let's see what we can, gather, in terms of what we already know about the banner and what we already know about Ayaka. And we'll kind of formulate our opinions off of that. Disclaimer, this is a pre-release Ayaka opinion. So if Ayaka's completely changed, or if there's one little tweak to Ayaka that just makes her crazy OP or crazy unusable upon release, this video will be pretty much null and void. But hopefully, Mihoyo and Genshin will, pull the rug out from under us, and she'll be closer to, what a lot of the beta testers have been able to show us. Not to say that I have or have not watched beta test leak videos. Let's just get right into it. Alrighty. I was just in the middle of my dailies in Genshin, so you know what? This would be a great time to talk about Yoimiya. Just kind of casually, just because we don't know all too much about Yoimiya. We have seen a lot of her skills and that stuff, and if you guys do want to look at, the leaks yourself, and, you want to spoil that for yourself, then, all the more power to you. But for those who want to keep spoiler free, let's mainly talk about, Ayaka, and her archetype, and, the types of roles she's able to fill generally. And then we'll talk about possibly, some banner mates that could come along with Yoimiya. So, first off, we already know that Yoimiya is going to be a cryo single hand sword user. And, for the longest time, I've been a big proponent of unique qualities. Oh my goodness. Especially in Genshin. And to have first off, another cryo unit. Second off, another single hand sword cryo unit. I don't know. I've spoken about this with Eula. I've spoken about this with Kazuha. Just the unique factor with the most recently released characters, it's just not there. And for me, and I think a lot of people can attest to this, we like characters that are different. We really like characters that are different, because with different characters comes different gameplay. Different gameplay, means more variety of things we can try out and use, right? Granted, Ayaka is very cute. Her skills, from what I may or may not have seen, are very good. She might not be buffed. She might not be nerfed. Who knows? But, in terms of Ayaka most likely leaning towards a main DPS, sub DPS role. We already have Ganyu, who is one of, if not the strongest unit in the game. So is Ayaka going to be better than Ganyu? Is that what's going to make her stand out? Is Ayaka going to be a healer like Chi-Chi? We already have physical cryo with Rosaria and a very good ult supporter in Rosaria. We already have Chongyun, who's able to infuse himself with cryo. So a lot of the elements, and just to bring in another character, we already have Mona, who's able to infuse herself. Okay, so technically, Mona doesn't infuse herself with Hydro when she dashes. She already has the element because she's a catalyst user. But that's Ayaka's way of doing it, right? So it's just like a lot of the elements are just reused, rehashed. Unless unless her kit is drastically changed from the beta, we can expect very, very, vanilla shit coming from Ayaka. And that aspect in particular doesn't really excite me. On the other hand, again, Ayaka's very cute. Again, Ayaka is most likely going to be very strong. And especially with Inazuma and the 2.0 update, you can expect Ayaka to be power creeping a lot of the pre-existing units. So having Ayaka on your team is not going to be a bad idea. But if people are considering, pulling on either a Ganyu rerun or an Ayaka, right now I would say pull for Ayaka, because I think you should enjoy the game, and I think you'll really enjoy the game with a character like Ayaka. But in terms of, that kind of practicality standpoint, Ganyu's just too strong, too versatile, to the point where she's just that premier unit. And unless Ayaka comes out with some crazy bullshit, it's going to be very, very difficult to upstage the Coco Goat. Very, very difficult to upstage the Coco Goat. Now, let's talk about some banner mates. And I may or may not have seen leaked, posts about the banner. I may or may not have. But we can always speculate on some characters that, could show up on the banner. Okay? Just to quick ball some units, I may or may not have this right. You never know until the banner comes out, right? So let's maybe look at a character that hasn't seen a lot of banner time as of recent. Chongyun. Chongyun is obviously an amazing unit. He was one of the first team members of the dubbed Permafrost or Permafreeze team. Chongyun and Shincho are very, very good support units alongside each other. But it's so interesting to put a character like Chongyun, who infuses himself with cryo, on a banner with Ayaka, who presumably infuses herself with cryo. So it's basically Ayaka and 4-star shitty Ayaka. Which, I guess it's okay. We haven't had Chongyun in a while. But Chongyun as a banner mate, not very good. There's not that much diversity there. Don't really like it. Yan Fei. We haven't seen Yan Fei in a while, so maybe Yan Fei could show up. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe not. But we haven't seen Yan Fei in a while. We know that Yan Fei has moved into the standard banner rotation. So, we could be seeing an event / limited banner boost within her 4-star rate. Yan Fei, known as the Pyro Ningguang, and a lesser version of Klee, but still a very, very, very good unit if you guys are, and if your guys' accounts do not have a lot of Pyro units. Yan Fei is amazingly good. She's able to output a lot of damage, even though she's a Catalyst user, and she still suffers from a lot of the clunkiness that comes with, the Catalyst archetype. A lot of her skills and a lot of her talent passives try to mitigate that in a way. And I say try, I mean really try, and they still miss the mark. So unfortunate, but still, Yan Fei does a lot of damage. If you build her right, she'll be very, very good character for you in the sub DPS role, or you can go main DPS role, depending. And talking about Pyro Ningguang, a character that hasn't been on the banner in like a million years. Ningguang herself. Ningguang was my first love when I came into Genshin. I wasn't able to pull her till honestly the Tartaglia banner. And by then, I was already building other units, so it was really unfortunate that I kind of left Ningguang to the sideline after. But again, Ningguang, an amazing, amazing Geo unit to pair alongside, Traveler, Albedo, Zhongli. So Ningguang, able to hold her own, and one of the units in particular to say that she's able to just solo content, having Pyro Ningguang and Ningguang on a banner would be kind of fun, not gonna lie. And to have these two options as a main DPS or sub DPS, if you guys are lacking in some Geo units or Pyro units, this would be a really good banner to pick them up. This would be a really, really good banner to pick them up. If you guys are looking for constellations, Chongyun doesn't really need constellations. Honestly, I don't really use Chongyun myself, so if any of you guys have a different opinion, please let me know in the comments down below. But for, Yan Fei in particular, I would try to get at least C1, if not C2. C2, after C2 pretty much unlocks most, if not all of her, capabilities. I only have C1, but, C1 already is still very, very good. C6 increases that max number of stacks, which increases her damage, obviously. Not bad. C4 gives her a shield, which is okay. She doesn't need a shield, but she has a constellation for a shield, which is so, I feel like such wasted potential in order to, because there's so much effort in trying to fix her stamina issues. Why does she get a shield here? It's so out of place, I feel like. But C2 Yan Fei should be more than enough. If you're looking at a Ningguang constellations, you'll probably want the C2 for the Jade Screen reset. The Jade Screen reset is very, very good. Here you're just increasing elemental resistance of your support. Supporting your other characters. Star Shatter, Ningguang Gates, 7-star Jade tier is just more stacks to more damage anyway. So realistically, if you want C5 to get Jade Screen, great, but having a C3 to increase the Star Shatter already is, amazing enough. So if you guys are aiming for constellations for these certain characters, I would go C3 Ningguang. I'll most likely go C2 Yan Fei or C1. That's perfectly fine. Chongyun, I don't even know his constellations, but I have 5 of them apparently. deals 50% more damage with opponents' lower percentage of their max HP. Interesting. Okay. Regenerates energy. Okay, so an energy recharge passive. Here we have the skills and burst creates the created within the frost fields have their cooldown decreased by 15. No, actually not bad. So maybe if you want to use Changyu as more of a support, you know, with the skill and his burst, creating those frost fields, you know, it'll lower the cooldown of your other units. So you know that in itself is honestly a pretty good constellation. The last attack of the normal attack combo releases 3 ice plates. Here's the thing. Chongyun, unless you're going main DPS, will not be using more than, you know, his fair share of normal attacks. Maybe he might use 1 or 2, but he's not, you know, completing his full normal attack combo. So unless you guys are using Chongyun as a main DPS, this constellation is pretty much useless. So, you know, most likely you guys are using him as a sub DPS support. So I would try to go for C2 if you guys are looking at constellations. Obviously, I can't talk about Ayaka's constellations yet because she is yet to be released. But there are some rumors going around that, you know, a lot of her potential is gated around constellations. So kind of in conclusion about, you know, the characters that could possibly show up in the banner as well as Ayaka herself, make sure you guys are, you know, doing your research, doing your due diligence, because there are some amazing characters that are going to be coming out in Genshin 2.0. Not just 2.0, but 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 onward. And, you know, because we don't have that hindsight like we do with other gacha games, we need to make sure that, you know, especially for the free-to-play, especially for the low spenders, we want to make sure that we are getting the most value for our buck, right? So if your guys' accounts are lacking in cryo units, if you guys are lacking in some, you know, extra DPS in terms of, you know, Pyro or Geo, I think this banner would be a really good pickup. And obviously, again, these characters are no slouches, so, you know, grabbing constellations, if you guys are able to, is not a bad idea either. But yes, Ayaka is a very, very, you know, she's been hyped up ever since the beta. She's a very, very, you know, sought out unit. Probably even more so than Zhao. And I'll be honest, when I started this game, I wanted Ayaka, but the shine has kind of rusted off of me. Is that the term? I don't know. The shine has rusted off the diamond, let's say. And a lot of these units in particular, I already have constellations of, as you guys already, you know, just saw. I highly doubt I'm going to be pulling for this banner. Josh, in the future, if you're watching this, please don't eat your fucking words, and please just wait for Yoimiya. Yeah? Yeah, okay. And with that being said, you know, this is obviously just speculation, so make sure that, you know, you guys don't take this too much to heart. But those are just my, you know, small thoughts going into Genshin 2.0, talking about Ayaka and her banner and banner mates. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. Comment down below if you guys are going to be playing for Ayaka or not. Subscribe, because we're actually really close to 100 subscribers. So I'm really, really excited about that. You know, I've been pushing, you know, the YouTube content for the past like week and a half or so. And it seems like you guys are really, really enjoying it. So I'm very, very grateful to you guys and your support. I know I'm coming off of the sickness. So if you guys do, you know, most likely you guys will be hearing a lot of coughing here and there throughout the videos for the next couple of days. So I really do apologize. But I know you guys are way understanding. And yeah, I don't deserve you guys. You guys are great. You guys are great. Anyways, ring the bell to be notified when my videos go live too. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in 2.0 or on my stream at twitch.tv/NitroChua. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Peace.